Hi, everyone. How are you? This is Bethany Gagne, founder of Numinous, the organization that sponsors the Resident Peaceful Cities Project. And I don't know about you, but it seems like this holiday season has this particularly a particular awareness of just how blessed many of us are. Obviously, not all of us. But just how blessed we are if we're living not in a war-torn area or have food on our table and things like that. And how maybe over the years, we wouldn't take it as, we may have taken it more for granted, but with the world being in such a situation that it is right now, there's this like very deep preciousness of recognizing the precariousness of it all, right? Just leave it at that. And so what I want to talk about in this video is this idea of inviting all of us to start employing our consciousness more in 2024. Okay, because they're saying it's going to be the most pivotal year, like it's going to change decades from now is how things go down this year. So the idea is that this is I have been singing the song for years, trying to teach people that we go beyond our physical body, that we are these eternal beings. And when we don't work at that etheric nature of who we are leaving money on the table. I've always said that for years. We leave money on the table if we're not using our consciousness. And recently I heard Bashar put it this way, that if we are not employing our consciousness in everyday life, then we are acting as halfwits. So if we are believing that this is all who we are, we're going to get the results that we're getting. And how we doing? Like, right? Like the results that we're getting now are from people trying to work totally at the 3D realm and not kind of up leveling to the true consciousness of who we all really are, and employing great love. Right? Great love that is equal opportunity, that provides ample resources for all if we had kind of sung the same note, so to speak. And I recognize that's not at our skill level. We are so not at that skill level. But for those of us who do live at that skill level, where we know consciousness is primary, that we're living from the level of we know that consciousness is primary, I feel it is our responsibility, because we have that awareness, to employ our consciousness as well, right? And so I want to share with you some things that may be inspiring, and then offer you a resource, and then invite you to send me more resources so I can share with others, okay? Now, here's what's happening. They say 2024, as I said, is going to be pivotal, could change decades ahead. So the TM organization knows this so much, and our research has always been based on the TM meditation research, right? So the TM meditation research, they would always get a certain percentage of people to meditate in an area, and then they'd measure reductions in violence and hospital admissions, and all this great stuff would happen, you know, when the TMers got together and blessed an area, right? Or they used totally different language, right? We made it more pedant, more for the street. Like we were basically taking consciousness to the street, and what way we're doing it. But but the cool thing is because they charge for their type of work, they're able to fund all these research projects, right? So they have a ton of these research projects that are in peer-reviewed journal that I'm so grateful for, that they have done this footwork. They have done this work for us. And now what's happening is I'm even more grateful to the TM organization, is because they're knowing that 2024 can be so volatile, that they are inviting their meditators to come together. And I believe I heard they're asking for like 10,000 people to come together, and they're raising money to have people meditate in, I believe it's India. And I heard this from somebody who's been working with them for decades, or in their circles for decades. And I was so grateful when he told me this. I felt like, oh, shoot, because, you know, I kind of live with this stuff in my head all the time. So, wow, okay, good. TMers, that made me feel so much better. And but why would they be doing that? Because they know that this work works. Like, they know that this is who we are. Like, they got it. They figured it out. So what about the rest of us, right? Because to leave it all on them, is, we all could be contributing somehow. And so what I'm going to I'm going to suggest to you that if you are a TMer, try to catch that wave, try to get in the circle. Maybe you've strayed away. I took TM years ago. Maybe you're out of their loops, but see if you can go back in. See, I hear they're having online opportunities and things like that. Now, for those of you who are not, I'm going to recommend a resource today. It's the author David Nichols. He wrote the book Subtle Activism. It's a very well-known book. And David Nichols has been doing wonderfully innovative work as far as doing group consciousness, blessing this planet in love. And if you have never participated in something like that, then you are missing out on you, because you are far bigger. You come to know who you are in context of this work. And what can happen is people's hearts will open so big, this big love happens, and real gorgeousness happens. And David has been doing some really innovative stuff with that. I'm going to send you his website in the links. So I'm going to encourage you to do that. For those of you who know of other opportunities where people can come together and sit in the etheric and to bathe this planet in love and light, please send them to me. I'm going to do my best to send out this information. And so just understand that you're really not the full you unless you participate in these things. I am not the full me unless you show up. And, oftentimes when I do the peace projects over the years, people can just feel this incredible, like this love and light that just, I am plugged in on a different level when we do peace projects. And so is everybody else who participates. But the idea is that I can't be me fully unless other people show up with me in the field to do this work, right? Because this is the truth of who we are. Like, we're all just playing here in this 3D dimension. And so this idea that we remember, we remember our larger nature, and we come together and beautiful miracles happen. So I'm going to encourage you, if you've never had this opportunity, go find an opportunity to bless, to be in a group field setting where you are becoming the best vessel for love and light you can, and allow yourself to feel your own changes. Certainly that would decrease all of the stress and anxiety and fear that's going to be happening this whole year. There's fear mongering happening. So the idea that we can be able to tune into our larger nature and to be able to, it totally enhances resilience. And so that way you can watch all the craziness that's happening outside of you, and to be able to feel plugged in, then, you feel kind of more safe. You will do the right, you're more likely to do the right thing, end up in the right place. It happens to me all the time. People say to me, you have great timing. They say that to me all the time. And I think it's just because I'm just tuning to the field as often as I possibly can. So you're missing out if you're not doing these group consciousness works. Please send me any other group consciousness work that you know of, and I'm going to be sending out these things, especially throughout in 2024. Thank you for listening. Please share. All right. Love to, we'll have results to the Louisville projects coming out in January, February. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.